Yeah, Tuesday night lights low, sparks fly. War report after dark, better fall in line. From WWE to TNA, AU to Spark. Vince the Prince from the Northeast set it off in the dark. OG Steve led the charge. Cat Al, Eric us, 9 p.m. Eastern. Acknowledge the ring, acknowledge us.
Shh. It's Chelsea Green.
Searching around for my enemy, but I look down to these enemies. You cannot doubt it, you kidding me? They look at my life for the energy. My range got them looking for.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the War Report After Dark. We have so much going on, so much to break down. We have the promo of a lifetime from Chelsea Green. We've got Roman and Solo and LA Knight and Cody and Randy. And we got Kevin's and CM Punk. We got Zilla Fatu. We got so much to cover. Welcome everybody to another edition. Al, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, my brother. It's wonderful to be here. And once again, a great time to be a fucking wrestling fan.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited. Like, there is so much great stuff happening on both brands, SmackDown and Raw. I got to start with Chelsea Green. Bro, the promo she cut is as real as it gets. You could feel it. You could just, everything about that segment was great. They let her keep the belt. Then Gunther interrupts. Like, the timing of his music was perfect. Then Cardona coming out, having a match. Everything about it was great. Chelsea deserves it, man. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. All this hinted to a face mask, so I assume, like, Chelsea obviously is not one to not be on TV. She's got a broken orbital bone and she's in the middle of the ring. She's obviously not cleared to wrestle, but she's still going. She's not sitting and catering.
The great thing about Chelsea is she's one of those very few wrestlers that doesn't need to be in the ring for us to acknowledge her greatness, right? She could go out there, cut a promo, be awesome, look a fool. You know, she could.
She's so entertaining.
And it's so entertaining. And at the end of the day, truly, like, how much does a champ really wrestle? Like, in reality.
Right.
Like how many defenses has Liv had? You know, like, it's not like they're wrestling every night. They're premium wrestlers. So you could give her that month to heal, like they said, and maybe put a mask on her, and who knows what happens.
I think she'll be all right. She tends to heal quickly. I don't know what it is about Chelsea Green, but I'm a big fan. I'm happy for her. I'm glad it's working out for her the way it is, and hopefully she gets a decent run. If her first match is against Nia Jax, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but you figure, right, there's no way she doesn't go over Nia, whichever way they make her go over. I just wish as a champ,
right, like somehow, some way she's going to get over.
Right. I just wish as a champ now, as a heavyweight champ that she is, they acknowledge the fact and hopefully they allow her to start winning clean, because, like, she's a good enough wrestler to be able to do that in my eyes at this point, you know. So why not? We're behind her. The fans are behind her. That's all you really need in wrestling, to just get a rocket attached to the back of you and fucking keep going. So
yeah, 100%. Vince, what's going on, my brother? Welcome.
Not much, guys. How are you?
Doing well. Good to be back. Man? We're talking. We opened and are talking about Chelsea Green and the fact that she cut the promo of her career. And I'm glad that whole segment, the way it played out, I thought was great. And I'm glad to see that Chelsea gets to heal and still be champ.
Oh, I know. That's. I like the way that turned out. You're right. I think there was something about having a champion go down and then having the interim champion go down and also get stripped would be so shitty. And also, like, it tied into her actual, like, real life struggle with getting recognized and fucking Michael Hayes and all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, it made sense that even though she's injured, she says, I'm the champion until somebody takes this belt away from me.
Right. Yeah, no, it was so well done. There is absolutely so much to get to. First, real quick, before we dive in, David Roska is back. Let's talk business.
Hey,
Here we go. You ready?
get
Let's
down
talk
to
business.
business.
Here we go. Trish Stratus, 20 years anniversary, becoming a second perfect 10 on September 17th, 2006, making Lita tapping out with a sharpshooter.
Oh boy.
So, day in history. Tara's with us. Welcome back. Thank you very much. It's great to be back, especially when there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I wanted to start with Chelsea, and then it's off to the races wherever we want to go. Raw, I thought was great. I love. First of all, Solo has just been unbelievable. I mean, he's just
arguably the hottest wrestler in the card right now.
Yeah, I mean, so goddamn funny. I loved the lead up to serving Solo to the tribal chief last night, serving him. I like how the Usos got the black Ulafalas. They're the captains. That's very cool. Very noticeable that Jacob was a little pissed off. Like, why isn't he being acknowledged for anything? But he did get a special Ulafala already, too.
The enforcer.
Right. So I don't know why he was acting all whatever, but then obviously him and Roman are having some issues right now. So we're still getting that inner beef. We're seeing an older Roman again. Like I'm starting to see him go back to the old ways a little bit with his attitude, which I'm not against, by the way. But all in all, I love what they're doing with it. I like how Solo stayed true and didn't go with the tribal chief and hit him, and then him and LA Knight seemed to be a thing. So I like what they're doing with it. Tara, did Addie give you the message? No, because she knows not to ruin things for me. So thank you. But we got Dave over at YouTube. The funniest part is that Solo's new popularity is going to bury LA Knight again. You know what? He's not wrong. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yep. Unfortunately, correct.
I mean, listen, we've been saying that ship for LA Knight has sailed a long time ago.
Yeah.
I read something today stating that Roman Reigns is officially listed as a heel on WWE.com. So
is he?
So it seems like they are going that route.
So they really did an official double turn last night.
Well, what was the double turn? Because Solo's been a face for God knows how long.
But I think it was like officially, like when he officially hit his finisher on Roman. I think that was the official. Like, there's no question. Like, he is now not going back to the bloodline.
And
although
I
kind of would have liked to see Solo rejoin the bloodline. I thought that would have been interesting.
I would have liked that and kind of seen like a Jimmy J turn on Roman, but from like Solo and Fatu. That would have been cool because I think it would have been they could have done so much more with that turn, right? Because of the firepower those guys bring.
Yeah, well, and then let's not forget to what Tara was referring to that she wanted my daughter to tell me that she didn't, was that we did get the debut of Zilla Fatu, which I've been saying is coming, and it did. And, of course, it happens while I'm away, but it happened, and he looked great. Questioning why they brought him to NXT, I figured maybe they would have brought him right up into this Bloodline storyline. They're not doing that. I don't necessarily see his stint in NXT running very long. Maybe in time for War Games, you bring Zilla up. And then it's which, who's he going to – is he going to be with Roman or against Roman? But it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of Fatus out there. And it looks like Haku is back full-time, by the way, sidebar, which is awesome.
Great.
And now new tag team champions. So Daddy's back and makes a difference. There's just so much going on. Yeah.
Call me crazy, but I truly think Zilla's the third. Because I think eventually LA Knight's going to fall out of this family feud. And then it's going to be Fatu and Solo, and they're going to need a third guy. So that third guy might be Zilla down the line. However,
Oh, you think Jacob is going to leave Roman?
oh yeah, you saw the writing on the wall. He let him get his ass beat yesterday in front of.
Well, to be fair, he did exactly what Roman told him to do.
Stay there. Right.
That's what he told him. So
Yeah,
he did.
but you know what I mean.
Well, and to that point, Roman has been trying to prove to people he doesn't need the bloodline to win his battles, that he can win his battles. So
Right.
Jacob stayed back. But it definitely looked like Jacob was pissed off. So something's definitely going to – and Roman's not going to be very happy next week. So, and that's assuming Roman's going to be there. I don't know if he's –
He should be.
should be, but – I mean, we all know he's not going to be there every Monday.
No, I know. It is good that they're able to kind of see a future of the bloodline or the future of whatever the Samoan dynasty is without Roman in it. It seems like it's a heel turn to facilitate both Solo and Jacob getting over if they can get over. Because here's the thing that's interesting to me. Much like Solo, Zilla started in NXT. He didn't go right to the main roster like Jacob did. So he probably is going to have a short NXT reign for sure. But initially, when Solo got called up, before there was a Jacob, this was the guy that was coming forward as the new leader, the new head of the table. You take care of things while I'm gone, blah, blah, blah. And then he starts his own family. Didn't exactly work out. And Jacob, when he came in, was starting to overshadow Solo. The fascinating thing is that even though Jacob is still over and still popular, Solo is on a comeback and has overtaken Jacob as the more over of the two. So I wonder, because there were, obviously there were plans to set up Jacob as a world title contender, and he challenged and lost. The storyline was he wasn't ready yet. Theoretically, that means it's building to a match where he is ready. But now we've got Solo back in the mix, and I think Solo could end up being the guy, even though we've been predicting for maybe a year or so that it's Jacob that's going to do it. Solo could be the guy that takes that title off of Roman and is the new guy in the Samoan dynasty.
They did do that whole package where they had the Tribal Combat match and he lost, so maybe they have a Tribal Combat 2 down the line.
I mean, if you look at the build of all the current Samoans we have now outside of Roman Reigns, if you go pound for pound, you're probably picking Solo out of all of them. He has the better mic skills. He's as good as all of them in the ring. Mm-hmm. He has a great persona, like his character, the street fighter, the prize fighter, whatever the hell they call him. It works for him. And look at the crowd right now. Like you finally let this guy have a personality, and holy shit, what we've been missing on. So I think he's the de facto number one. Then is Fatu. Then is Jimmy. Yeah. And I won't even mention. I mean, Jen is Jay, and I won't even mention Jimmy.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Like, Jimmy and Jay show a lot of personality when they were escorting Solo down to the ring last night, especially Jimmy. The way Jimmy was playing to the music and in the camera and everything else and being all goofy and shit. It's just – and Solo has that same personality. A lot of guys in the back will tell you, like I've seen in interviews, like if they're asked, like, who's the funniest person backstage, a lot of them say Solo. Like, he just is generally a funny guy. And a lot of people say the same thing about Jimmy.
Yeah, I think he's pretty hilarious out of all three of them.
He's funny as shit. I mean, you can just see it on TV. It's so funny. So, I don't know. So there's a lot going on in that Samoan world, and it's keeping it exciting. I just love the fact that we have the bloodline back together.
And if they're doing – go ahead. Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Right. Or do we?
Well, we at least got Roman and the Usos.
Right.
Right, which is the core. I mean,
Jacob's always been unhinged, which I'm okay with.
They call for Sammy for reinforcement.
Oh, that would be amazing. Bring back the honorary Usos. I'm all in. Hey, by the way, on a side note, do either of you listen to the Stephanie McMahon podcast? Well, she does interviews. I don't listen or watch a lot of them, but she just did one with Jacob Fatu,
Okay.
and it's actually really good. Jacob is he's outside of character, so he's just him. And if you can get through Stephanie's laughing, because it's quite horrible, but if you can get through that, it's a great, great interview, and you get to find out a lot about Jacob, a lot of stuff pre WWE also, and it was good. So anyway, if you're a fan of Jacob Fatu, and you're in the car or something, throw it on. It's actually really good.
I think they missed an opportunity with Fatu because now, especially with Haku being back, why did we not bring back Armando Estrada to manage Jacob Fatu? It seemed like such a slam dunk, at least to me.
We said that right away. How great would it be if Armando came back? And I'm sure if you offered him the right amount of money, he would do it.
Yeah, if you offer him any money, I'm sure you would do it. I think that it's such a good idea, honestly, because
it's not too late.
No,
I mean,
and it ties
eventually-
back. It ties back to everything, to Umaga, to his father. You know, it just seems like it would be a nice full circle thing. He doesn't have to be there forever, but I think if the all gas no brakes, whatever thing, if that's not getting over, then let's try a manager. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've lost that skill as wrestling bookers across most of wrestling. The idea of a wrestling manager or valet that isn't also another wrestler in a faction has kind of gone by the wayside. I think we need more managers.
Is Zilla
look-
Jacob's brother?
No, I don't think so.
He's not, right?
No. I don't think they're brothers. I haven't seen affiliation of them as far as
They're
brothers.
cousins?
I know they were tag team partners before, but
I know they were tag team, I think, in GCW for a while.
They're first cousins.
How do
Cousins?
you feel about Paul Heyman? I mean, I know he's a busy guy, but a guy like Paul Heyman would do great with Fatu.
I'm starting to think Paul Heyman's going to start being in the corner of Obafemi.
And he's going to turn heel, too.
Yep.
You think?
I
Oba's
really
turning
do.
heel?
I mean, I think Oba could turn heel. I don't know that they're going to want to do that yet because he's so over right now.
Yeah, man.
And you could have Heyman as a face manager with him, and then eventually go heel if you needed to. But Heyman's done the good guy manager before too, and he does. But I think everything is leaning that way, especially now with this whole feud with Braun Breaker, and I'm loving this. I think that match is going to be great.
You said before, you spoke about a double turn. And I can see, because I don't, if Braun Breaker happens to beat Oba, which I don't see it happening, it doesn't hurt him, right? I mean,
Correct.
if Oba loses to Braun Breaker, I don't think it hurts him because he's so over right now. But I think they could use this as a double turn, using Paul Heyman to cause Braun Breaker this match. And now Braun Breaker becomes the face, even though he's on a heel team, which we've seen that before, right? And he can maybe break away.
Well, but he can break away from the Vision anyway.
Right. So
I mean-
that's you could use it by making it a double turn on that match, and you have him walk away from the Vision, and now he's chasing the top dog, and he's the underdog as the dog, ironically. You know
See,
what
I don't hate anything you just said, but are they ready to do all that? Because there's a lot in there that they would have to do.
But wouldn't this story make so much sense as Braun Breaker as the fucking face? Because he's the underdog at the end of the day. Look how
Hey,
big-
he's over as hell anyway. So,
Yeah. They're both over.
but they also just turned him. I mean, he hasn't even been heel a full year yet, right?
who? Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker.
Hasn't he been a heel for a while? No, I thought he was.
Because he's been with the Vision with Seth for a while, right? That started over a year ago, right? It had to have been.
Oh, so maybe it has been longer than I think. It's possible.
We're getting old, Steven.
But also, he's the guys
You
are
ain't
on
lying.
TV. He wasn't injured for a while too, so you might be not realizing. off TV doesn't mean he was out of the group. It just meant he was off TV. So like it's probably been
Yeah, Braun was off TV for a while.
So if it's been a year and a half, then you probably forgot because it's really only been a year that he was on TV, and then half of it he was, some of that he was off for injury time.
It's going to be interesting too, because I could see like Braun and what's his name, Logan Paul, having a beef, and like that's how he breaks away from the Vision, and they have a match. And
I'll tell you another one that could happen. I mean, we have a guy that we haven't really talked about. Bronson Reed needs to come back looking in immaculate shape, so he could come in and cost over the match and got Braun Breaker over.
He's looking insanely jacked.
Yeah,
if the pictures are real that I've seen, he looks insane.
It'll be interesting where he fits in.
That could be another alternate ending to that match.
I hope he didn't get too jacked and like shredded, because part of the allure of Bronson was just how massive he was, especially with that tsunami splash.
Well, that's why I don't like Ozempic Gunther. He looks too skinny.
Crazy.
But that's what he looks like. He used to be this big fat guy that would chop the shit out of you. Like, that was scary. Now it's like he looks like a Shar-Pei puppy with a bunch of extra skin. It's like not as intimidating.
Wrong. You're not wrong.
And good for him for being healthier. But like,
yeah. Hey, so let me ask you guys a question. How are we feeling about this AAA tournament where the winner of the tournament is getting a title shot against Roman Reigns on a Monday Night Raw? Like, wouldn't it make more sense for that match to happen at a AAA PLE?
I think what they're trying to do is expose.
They're trying to get them to want to watch
in the national in our national environment. I think that's what it's for. I think that's the reason they're even taking Roman Reigns to that event that they're doing, to beat some little luchador's ass for 30 minutes. Whatever's going to happen there, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, it looks like what they're setting up, it looks like your final match is going to be brother versus brother. It's going to be Penta versus Rey Fenix. I'm assuming that's going to be Penta. You're going to get Penta Roman, which should be an interesting match because it's definitely very different styles of wrestling. But I don't see Penta going over. So
no, I mean, there's no Mexican luchador, with all respect, that could go over Roman Reigns right now.
But the matches that have been leading up in this tournament have been great. I mean, there have been some really good matches in this tournament, and guys that you don't see a lot too. So it was nice to see some fresh matches.
And I would say, Al, the only luchadors that could beat Roman Reigns if they were in the company are in either CMLL or AEW. Because like Mystico, Hechicero, like if you were watching those Arena Mexico shows that AEW did in Mexico, and these people go absolutely insane for Mystico, they go insane for Hechicero, and our boy, who I really do think should get a world title at one of these points, Andrade El Idolo. How you know?
Andrade. Oh shit, Andrade's over there?
Andrade is over. He's in AEW. He's doing. They did a dual show, and he went out and cut a promo in Spanish in front of the Mexican crowd, and it was like, I don't know. It was like Carlos Santana and Selena came down the ramp throwing tacos at everybody. It was cool as shit.
Wow, that's a pretty good analogy. I like it.
So, loving everything about the tournament. We're getting some great matches. Also, another great match. Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio. That match was fantastic.
He still annoys the shit out of me, but it was a great match.
Yeah, well, let him annoy you. What is it, the music?
You know who also annoys the shit out of me? Goldberg. Fuck him.
Oh, that's funny.
So, Steve, you weren't here for our discussion about Chad Gable's claps looking like the American males
It definitely looks like the American males. That is spot on.
We definitely was talking about that.
That is spot
And you
on.
missed. All right, I got to ask your thought on this. What did you think of the root beer dog?
The root beer dog?
After Chad Gable won the title at the pay-per-view and the goddamn root beer dog came out and made him chug mug root beer?
I honestly was expecting somebody to attack him in the thing. But,
That's
Me
what
too.
I was
Yeah.
thinking.
but
Everybody
then they
felt
started hugging each other, and I was like, okay, we're doing
Should have
that
been
now.
fucking Ludwig Kaiser or something under there. Like, I don't know. It should have been someone.
Yeah,
Instead of the
really-
fucking root beer dog.
yeah. But it was a great match. I was happy for Gable.
Yeah, It was like,
and
here,
that match
son,
with Ray was great.
well, you're 6 years old and dressed in my wrestling singlet. Let me put you down and go talk to the root beer mascot for a second. Like, what are we doing?
But a lot of great choices being made. I love the fact that Fatal Influence now has all the gold. And when I say all the gold, not top tier gold, but they have the tag titles. And now JC Jane beat Tiffany Stratton for the US title, I believe.
Yes.
So I like what they're doing there. And of course, thrilled that Paige is now separating herself, although they haven't done shit with her since. So hopefully we're going to get some Paige action soon. I assume her and Nikki Bella, which we saw
boy.
coming. I know, but you know what? Hopefully it's a one and done. Paige moves on. And the Bellas just do the Bellas.
I mean, you're not ready for a 5-star wrestling classic? A 60-minute time limit draw between one of the Bellas and Paige?
Sure. Do I get the option of having a separate TV to watch something else while it's playing?
Picture in picture, yeah.
Picture in picture.
They should have the other matches go on while that one still is going on in a separate ring.
Oh, that's funny. Kevin Owens, CM Punk. Loving how personal that's getting. The sad part is I don't see Kevin going over.
No.
And, like, when does Kevin get his run?
That's the problem with all this.
I want nothing more than to him to win the title again and come out the next night with the old school championship belt again.
And
The Winged Eagle.
Unfortunately, I agree with you 100%, and he should bring that belt back for his run. Like, that would be special to him. He's doing the stunner, all that stuff. Bring back that
Yeah.
fucking belt.
Hell
Anyway, it just seems with the way Triple H books that right about now, we're in August, almost September, which means we are close to Survivor Series, which means we're almost close to the Royal Rumble, which means he's probably not changing any goddamn world titles until WrestleMania. So we're kind of stuck with what we got, and then we just got to figure out who's going to be in the main event for Saudi Rumble or Saudi Mania this year. From that, which kind of stinks because there is an air of predictability that you lose by having these. I'm not saying every title reign needs to be long. Not every title reign needs to be short. There should be long ones broken up by a couple short ones, and then back to the long reigns. So like we're in that stretch now of long title reigns of we've kind of got to set the table for for the Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania. So I don't see a title change. But if I were to do it, I would not do it in this first match. I would have Kevin against CM Punk, and Sami Zayn comes out and blows up the match, interferes, whatever, double disqualification, and he tries to get in and make it a triple threat match for the next time around. And then maybe that's how Kevin gets his. So like if Kevin gets his win, and then you have a easy feud with Sammy, or if Sammy gets the title back, you have a way for Kevin to chase Sammy and get the title from him. But I feel
But let
like
me
they're
ask
just
you
going to
this.
stick with. I think they're going to stick with Punk all the way through until WrestleMania, and then put somebody over on him. I don't know.
I don't disagree with Punk holding it, but do we really need to see Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud again? I mean,
what else are they going to
Listen, they do great matches. They work well together. They're best friends. I get it. So when they hate each other, it's great. But like, dude, we've seen that so many fucking times.
Yeah, but
But if we see-
what else are they going to do, dude? Go ahead, Al.
if we see it from the opposite side, right? Because we haven't seen that, which is Sammy as the heel and Kevin as the face, we get a different dynamic, which is
I
something.
feel like no, that's not true. When Sammy was psycho before he joined the Bloodline, when he was nuts, Kevin was the face, and they wound up having a feud. That was during the era of when Sammy had that jackass fight with Knoxville. No, that's not true because he was a face during that.
Right? Yeah, I was about to say no. He wasn't.
Maybe I'm fucking it up. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know.
But-
I'm not overly excited for it. Hopefully, they do something good that changes my mind. I mean, the matches are going to be great, so it's not going to be that.
What
I
do you do
don't
with
know.
Sammy? What do you
Fuck
do
if
with
I
Sammy?
know. I don't know. I have no idea since you took the title off him in 9 days. I have no fucking clue what you do with Sammy. What I can tell you is I like what they're doing with Sammy. Like, I like his attitude. I like, but you're right. What do you do with him? Fuck if I know. So I guess you're right. The option is him and Owens, but fucking hey.
I remember when you were saying he belonged to a SummerSlam, and I'm like, where? You're like, no, you got to put him in there.
Yeah, make it like a multi-man, which there you go.
Which they did. I called that, by the way.
How about, even though my pick has been since last year, Dominic to win Money in the Bank.
Right.
What
I
if
don't know that that's happening anymore.
Exactly. No, it doesn't feel like it. What if Sammy's the one that wins? Kevin finally gets his big emotional world title victory, and Sammy cashes in on him and fucks it all up.
See, now you have Sammy and Kevin battling for the title. Now I might be a little more invested. Because I don't know that they've ever feuded where one was a champion. I could be wrong. You might want to fact check me.
Oh, NXT.
Oh,
right?
NXT. Well, I'm not counting NXT.
But yeah. What about US or IC title? They didn't feud over that?
Well, I'm talking world title.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely not. Definitely
You
not.
know what I mean? So, we'll see. It's going to be
Because Kevin
interesting.
Owens was only champion. He was Raw champion and then lost to Goldberg, and that was it.
I think so.
Fuck Goldberg.
And then, of course, we have the redo. Cody Rhodes and Sir Randall K. Orton.
Oh, boy.
I love unhinged Orton. I really do. I really do.
He has to go over, though. That's the fucking problem.
But that's the thing. Is he going to?
No.
Cody's been laying down lately. Unlike
Well,
him.
he doesn't have the belt, so he can lose now. Like,
Well,
that's
true.
another problem with him being the champ is you can't really have him keep getting pinned. So this might just be the season. Hey, you don't have the belt. You're going to put some people over. Randy can't lose again. He lost it. He lost at
Orton's another one that needs a run. He needs
Right.
a title run. But then,
Yeah.
the problem is you don't necessarily want to take the belt off Roman, and then you have like Obafemi in the background that at any moment you could put the belt on him and put the rocket up his ass and call it a day.
right. And here's the problem with the way Roman Reigns has held hostage these world titles. And then, your Seth Rollins.
No, don't say it like that. He's our tribal chief, so some respect.
But what I'm
That
saying
hurts
is
too.
there are guys like Sammy and Kevin who theoretically could have already had world title runs that just never had the opportunity because Roman's been champion for so long. And then like Seth is champion for forever and a day with one of they always give him the fucking secondary belt when Roman has something major. And like, the main event scene was kind of stopped up with those two Shield guys. And then Cody comes in and pushes everybody else back. So like now you have a problem where you have a log jam of Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor as
Oba-
of old guard guys that should be getting a world title shot. And then on the other side, you've got Obafemi, you've got Dominic, you've got
Braun Breaker.
Trick Williams, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul. We can throw him in there
You
because
can.
he could be legit. And so you've got old guard guys who should be getting world titles and new guys who should also be getting world titles. And we're still in the middle of what we're in the middle of, which is fine. But like, if Roman is really packing up and he's only got 3 years left, 2 years, whatever his deal is, we got to cash in on that now. All the goodwill you've built up as the tribal chief, you understand the wrestling business. Once you have all of that goodwill, you put somebody else over and they carry the next generation. It's just what he has to do. And whether it's Oba or one of his relatives or whatever, like,
He's got 3 years to do that if that's the case.
and Punk's got even less fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, Father Time comes for us all. Punk's got to put somebody over that's not fucking Cody Rhodes for this world title and make it mean something. Like, that's really, like, Saudi Mania, as much as I'm going to bust balls about it, this is going to be a big crowd. It's going to be a big show. They're going to want to put on a huge show for their, first, aside from Canada, international WrestleMania.
For sure.
They're going to want to pull out all the stops, and that usually means some pretty big title changes. So, like, the crowning of Oba Femi, maybe, as a new top guy. So,
I mean,
yes,
at this
it's
point,
coming,
I see us getting there by Oba winning the Rumble.
I think at this point, I don't see anybody else that could take it. Like, who realistically is going to win the Royal Rumble? Dominic's not winning the Royal Rumble. Chad Gable's not winning the Royal Rumble. Like, Gunther's not even fucking winning the Royal Rumble.
LA Knight.
Oh, God. That poor fucking guy.
You got Braun Breaker, but I don't think that's
they
heaven.
got him relevant. He's still up there with the top guys. So, I mean, he's still up there. But he's never going to get a chance.
Well, no, because I think they were setting this up for LA Knight to be the main guy of this powerhouse, Royce Keys solo LA Knight group. I think LA Knight was meant to be the guy from the group that was the singles guy, and Solo just overtook him. Like, I think the plan, initially I think the plan was LA Knight versus Roman Reigns, and now it's Solo versus Roman Reigns, or at least maybe one guy first and then Solo. You know what I mean? LA Knight first and then Solo. But now I think I don't even think they have LA Knight factored in as challenging Roman Reigns.
That sucks. That guy had like 3 shots in the last 5 years to do something with his life and nothing.
Yeah. But again, man, CM Punk comes back, and that's an older guy that pushes the younger guys down. And LA Knight is not a young guy
at all.
But then you got Solo.
Yep.
I mean, you got Jacob. You got so many more.
Yeah. No, and not that WWE should be like AEW or AEW should be more like WWE, but AEW did an interesting experiment where they did several world title changes very successively.
I remember
that. MJF lost to Darby, and then Darby defended it like every week, like sometimes twice a week, until his body broke down and CM Punk won it back. But then, like, the next pay-per-view, Kenny Omega wins it. And now we're on the way to Will Ospreay probably, most likely, winning the world title at the end of the month. So, like, over the course of the last 6 months, there have been 4 or 5 big world title changes, and they all kind of did different stuff. Darby, he was the guy that was, low-level guy, mid-card guy, worked his way up, got the world title, wasn't there for a long time, was there for a good time, dropped it back to MJF, and he's now a former world champion and is known for having a good short run. What's wrong with having LA Knight go out there, surprise beat one of these guys, have a nice little month or 2 title run where he beats some contenders and then loses it to somebody? It doesn't hurt Rome. It doesn't hurt anybody to experiment. And if it doesn't work, you put the fucking title back on the person who's over. That's just how wrestling works, right?
That's how it used to work, at least.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Because the NWA put the title on Wildfire Tommy Rich and Hands of Stone Rugged Ronnie Garvin. What? In the middle of when they had guys like Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, like all these big name guys, Magnum TA was in there before his injury. He was building up for being a world champ, and they would put it on Wildfire, and he would hold it for like a month.
Tommy Rich held it for maybe a month. Ronnie Garvin held it for 2 weeks, maybe something, and then Ric Flair just beat him back for it. It didn't do any harm to Ric Flair because he's fucking Ric Flair, but it certainly helped Ronnie Garvin. Like, what the fuck? Like, give it a chance, man. Like, I don't know. He doesn't have to lose. Like, here's the thing: he doesn't have to lose to a 3 count clean. He doesn't have to tap out clean. It could be anything. It could be a 6-man, multi-man match, the King of the Mountain style, whatever. The last one to have a pinfall at the end of 30 minutes wins the title, and somebody sneaks in and wins it. It could be a cage match. It could be a last man standing match, and Roman gets caught in some wires or something and can't make it back to the ring. There's a lot of ways you can lose that title without taking a clean pinfall, and then the guy could just get it back. He could just get it back.
Yeah, man. They unfortunately, when people that don't know wrestling run the business, this is what we get, right? They don't take chances. They don't give chances. They don't care about that. They just care about one thing: who sells the most merch. We got to keep them on top, and let's just dry them out till we have to get the new guy.
Now, let me float a little something for you. Solo this week, let's say that segment where they walk Solo out to Roman Reigns goes a little differently. He tries to, the same kind of thing happens where they give him the choice of you got to bend the knee or acknowledge me or whatever. And instead, he hits him with the spike, and that was the big moment. But what if he says, right now, you and me, tribal combat for the world title. Get the Usos out of the ring. And Roman's like, you're going to acknowledge me at the end of this one way or another. You start up a match because it's tribal combat. It's no DQ. They're going around the ring and everything. The Usos interfere, but then bing, bang, boom. You get LA Knight. You get Powerhouse Hobbs in there. You have Jacob turn. And the ref is distracted, or the ref's out. Solo slips on the thumb, bang, hits Roman, throws it out of the ring. Cover, you got a new champion. Roman's heated. The Usos are heated. You got a new world champ. And then at the pay-per-view, Roman could just win the title back and say, you're not ready yet, son. This is still my title. But you got a world championship reign out of Solo, and it lasted a month.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. It definitely gives you the surprise effect, like, oh, this shit happening tonight on Raw.
And I think that's a little something that is missed in the WWE right now is
Absolutely.
That air of unpredictability. Like Darby Allin, of course it wasn't this. Here's the thing. They built up to it. It really wasn't a surprise. Like if you watched the beginning of the show, because Darby Allin comes out and cuts a promo where he's crying and you're like, well, something's going on. But you also know, wait a minute, this is the opening promo. That match is in the main event. Something special's happening tonight. And boom. Do you remember, and this is a goofy example, do you remember when The Miz was world champion and Bobby Lashley was challenging him? And Raw had a countdown clock to the match. And it was basically like Miz gets his ass kicked in 15 minutes. And they just counted it down. Oh, and then the match starts. And Bobby Lashley runs him over and wins the title. And that's how they built the anticipation. They just put a countdown clock. Like the Miz is going to get his comeuppance. Watch. Just wait for this to click to 0. It's never been done before. And it hasn't been done since. But it was damn interesting.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong in anything you said, but it is what it is, and we'll have to see where all these stories continue to go. Tara, not to change the subject, but she's going to.
Holy shit, yeah.
But I read the craziest thing about Ric Flair today. He wants to get remarried and start another family. I did hear something about this also. Do you know any further details about this, Vince?
No, this is a new one on me. Wait a minute, how much jam this guy still got? I mean, what the hell?
And I heard that he recently got back with the last one.
Fifi
so I don't know.
Or Wendy the Maid or whatever?
Who the fuck knows? He's had like 25 of them. I can't keep track.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
and the thought of Ric Flair having more kids, if that is true. I mean, is that even possible?
Alexa, how old is pro wrestler Ric Flair?
175 years old.
He's 77 years old. He's not having another kid. Calm it down, Rick.
I thought he was older than that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You got dust in them balls, buddy. Like, there's nothing left.
There's no way.
There's a
he
sign
had
on
a
your balls that
child-
says gone fishing. You ain't got no swimmers left, buddy. They're done.
Vince, if he has a child, that shit's coming out like Benjamin Buttons.
It's coming out like a racer head. Like, oh my God.
Bald head as hell.
Oh, one other thing I wanted to bring up, as we're getting to the top of the hour already. I have been very boisterous on this show about how Lyra Valkyria has never done anything for me. But I got to tell you, I am loving what they are doing right now. And she's turning me. That promo that she cut in that backstage vignette was the best promo I've ever heard her cut. And I love the look, the craziness. I love everything about it. I wish she didn't lose every match. She did just lose another one to Sol Ruka, but a great match with the two of them. Sol looked great. She hit a Soul Snatcher clean, looked great. So, but she is turning me into somebody that is now interested in her. Yeah.
Don't you think this smells a lot like a Money in the Bank winner? The way they're treating her? Switched her character up, putting her on a losing streak, and then she surprises you and wins the goddamn thing?
It's very possible. It's very, very possible. I mean, I think it's too early. We got to see everyone that's going to be in the match, assuming she's going to be in it. I don't know why she wouldn't be, although she's on this quest for the IC title back. So
our pick was Chelsea for a while, but Chelsea just ended up getting a championship run. So
Yeah.
I think we have to shift who we're thinking now from the female point of view.
Yeah. Here's something interesting for you. There's speculation that Tatum Paxley's been called up to the main roster, and that
love how they brought Tatum up with Alexa and Alexa bringing Lily back. It looks like the darker
I love
Alexa might be back. This is fucking great. We know how I love Alexa, the evil Alexa.
So here's my thought along those lines. Is there someone who has been called up recently or who is in NXT waiting to get called up that could be the heater for Lyra Valkyria, that could be her new faction partner, new tag team partner, that during the Money in the Bank runs over the barricade, knocks the ladder over with Charlotte on it, and then, or whoever, and then helps Lyra climb the ladder and win the Money in the Bank? Because I think, I don't know, she's doing very well. I just think having somebody with her might just help the back and forth, with promos and stuff and chemistry and whatever. Just having another body out there and having another voice in the promos and stuff.
I just like how they finally gave her some kind of personality that is working, and she's just doing a great job with the character.
I'm still waiting on the wings. Now that she's like a creepy bird, she could have like big crow wings or something. Bird lady needs better wings.
Well, doesn't she usually wear the wings? Is it when she at a pay-per-view?
I think it's just the big shows. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. She needs some. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has ruined me on bird characters, because I fully expect if you're bird related, you've got to have the full. The wings and the cacaw and the ducks fly together. I don't know. If you're going to be a bird, be a bird.
Go all in on the bird.
Go big or go home.
Right.
She should like somebody should be eating a sandwich backstage, and she should just grab the bread out of their hand with her mouth.
Oh, you know what else too? We didn't talk about Becky Lynch, Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan, Judgment Day. I love everything they're doing with that. I like the face turn of Becky. I like the animosity with her and Stephanie. And then, of course, throwing Liv in the mix. Everything about it is great. You have to imagine it's going to be a triple threat for the title.
Yeah. Which could lead to maybe Stephanie winning because the other two are too focused on each other. Like, or just maybe
Or Liv
or
Liv sneaks one out, and then
True.
that leads to a singles match
yeah,
eventually, or something.
right. Liv sneaks one out, then the two other girls have to fight against each other, number one contender, and then all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
You said Judgment Day, so Javon beats JD McDonough, and then Big Cass comes out.
Well, Big Cass has been attacking Javon weekly
But I
from
mean, like,
behind.
but it seems like, is he with the Judgment Day?
No,
Okay.
I didn't get that impression. The whole thing doesn't really make sense to me as why he's going after somebody like Javon.
Well, that's why I'm asking the question, because it's, on the official WWE website, it says Javon Evans defeats JD McDonough, and then there's a video which I won't play because it's like a highlight video. It goes, but then the caption is, after defeating JD McDonough in an impromptu showdown with the OG Cutter, Javon Evans got wrecked by Big Cass with help from AAA Mega Champion Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Now I know it doesn't say much, but I don't know. It just seems like, man, if
I
they're not
have a
bringing
more
in-
important question.
yeah.
Where the fuck is Enzo?
Well, that's what I was getting to. If they're not bringing in Enzo, are they just going to put him as the heater for the Judgment Day?
It's possible.
I mean, it could
I-
work.
It could. I mean, right now, I just don't understand at all the direction that they're going with.
Is Enzo supposed to come, or is this still a mystery? Like, what's going on?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is that the talk at the time when Big Cass was getting signed back, when his AEW contract expires, was, oh, well, Enzo's coming in. I think some people assume things based on Enzo's schedule, maybe, or that he kind of implied that, people were kind of looking at whether or not he was working and how often he was working to determine if there was like a drop dead date on his indie appearances. And I think some people made some assumptions that weren't correct and kind of assumed that he was on his way in. He has done stuff with NXT. I think that was the other thing, is that he was also kind of go to NXT, visited NXT. I don't know. He was there in Florida for something, right, Steve?
I remember seeing or hearing something about that, but
Like he was just at the Performance Center visiting. I don't know. So it seemed like the door was open, but nothing official has come out about Enzo.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, time will tell. Hopefully, maybe down the road when they decide to turn Cass heel or face, maybe because Enzo and Cass together, I mean, are much better as
Oh yeah.
as faces. So,
Oh, I agree.
but yeah. Well, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about top of the hour.
We are. So apparently there is a rumor that Enzo, he was spotted at the Performance Center earlier this year, and he might start in NXT rather than going to the main roster first, which would be a weird decision, but we can keep an eye on that.
That would be very weird.
But again, that's just something from a quick Google search, but I'll try and find out more about the Enzo Amore situation. Of course, what happens throughout the week is that some shit always happens, and then whatever plan we have on Tuesday changes for next
True.
Tuesday. So, like Zilla Fatu showing up out of nowhere last week. So we'll see what happens between today and 7 days from now, because this is the War Report After Dark, and we do it every Tuesday, 9 p.m. on Eastern Time. We live stream on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, you type in Tag Me a Date in your search bar, hit the follow or thumbs up button to like our page and follow it. And our live stream will show up right in your news feed, or it's going to be in red. It'll say live in red with a little circle on your stories. If you're on YouTube, you go to the search bar, you type Tag Me a Date in, and you subscribe to our channel. You also hit that notification bell, you have to hit both. The best way to do it, because you get subscribed, and then the notification bell will send you a notification on your phone or your tablet 30 minutes before the show goes live. And all you have to do is tap that notification, and it'll bring you right to the live show. If you want to follow us on social media, it is at Tag Me a Date with no spaces. That's on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter/X. If you follow us on TikTok, it is the War Report Podcast, all one word. Type the War Report Podcast into your search bar and hit the follow button on TikTok. We post shorts and reels on social media in between shows to kind of catch you up on what we were talking about last week in preparation for next week's show. And if you prefer an audio version instead of a video version of the podcast, you can go to your favorite podcast app, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, type in The War Report, type in Tag Me a Date. You will see a version of our lovely logo over in the right-hand corner here. All you got to do is hit subscribe, and Steve or Ryan will grab that audio between Tuesday and Wednesday and upload it to your podcast app. So as soon as they upload it, it just gets sent right to your phone or your tablet so you can take it with you, driving, doing laundry, or whatever it is that you're doing. Thank you to everybody in the comments. Leave a like or a share or all that on the way out. It really does help in the algorithm, even if it's only a couple of you, but we would appreciate it. So with all that being said, we will be back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time for another edition of the War Report After Dark. Have a great week, everybody.